Santa Ana could become the latest city in the country to allow non-citizens to vote at the ballot box. Non-citizens are prohibited from voting in federal elections.
But municipalities in Maryland, Vermont, and here in California have allowed non-citizens to vote in local elections. Carlos Saucedo's in Santa Ana tonight, where the city council took up the issue. Carlos.
Good evening. As you know, Santa Ana has been a sanctuary city for undocumented immigrants since 2016. But a new proposal could take things to the next level by allowing non-citizens the right to vote in local elections. And as you can imagine, this has been met with mixed reactions.
Hey there, guys. Welcome to the channel. So I guess I've got to say, I am really surprised and very pleasantly pleased with the new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. The guy is absolutely proven himself to be the right guy, probably the perfect guy. And I found a really great video of him holding literally nothing back, right? And explaining exactly why it is that the United States has such an open and porous border. But before we get into that, guys, thank you so much to everyone that's been subscribing, everyone leaving such great comments. I really do appreciate your support. And if you haven't already, guys, please help us to continue to grow. Like, comment, subscribe, most importantly, share the channel. Hit those buttons right now because it really does mean a lot and it really does help. So why is it that our government and literally members of our military are just down on the border, standing there, just watching people flooding in, doing nothing more than just facilitating them on their way into the country? Why is this happening? And why do we have an administration that seems literally intent on stopping no one? Maybe people on the terrorist watch list, maybe, but other than that, they don't want to stop anyone. Well, it is not just incompetence. I think we've all known that for a long time. It is not incompetence. No one could be that bad at their job. It has to be on purpose. And there's a real reason that they're doing this. And Speaker Mike Johnson, he absolutely nails it.
And I just genuinely wanted to ask a question of my colleagues here, because both of you are here in good faith, and I respect you as individuals. And I wanted to ask you a question of what my constituents asked me. Could the Democrats in charge, and certainly Democrats here with jurisdiction over the border, could they really be in favor of an open border? And I'm asking you honestly and in good faith. Can I ask, Mr. Chairman, you're from New York. Thanks to New York City's council, beginning January 9th, 2023, more than 800,000 non-citizens will be eligible to vote in municipal elections in New York. Do you agree with that policy?
No, non-citizens will not be eligible to vote in New York. They never have been. Well, they were in the 19th century eligible to vote in New York.
Well, no, this is a recent action. It was just passed in December.
No, that is not correct. Non-citizens have not been eligible to vote in New York or, as far as I know, in any other state since the 19th century.
That's not true. The New York City Council voted in December to allow this. It begins January 9, 2023. Cities in Vermont and Maryland already allow this, and similar measures are under consideration in Illinois, Maine, and Massachusetts right now.
If the gentleman will yield?
Yes.
I believe those are considerations of allowing votes in municipal elections only.
Right, but thank you. That's the point. Everybody wants to know at home, why would they allow this? Guys, they're allowing it because they're going to turn them into voters. They already are doing this in New York City, largest city in America, and this is the plan of our friends on this side to turn all the illegals into voters. That's it, folks. That's what's going on. That's the game. That's why the border's open. That's why they've dropped it. Look, I respect Ms. Loughran and all her work in this arena. Yes, I'll yield, Mr. Chairman. I'd love to hear what you have to say about this.
As a New Yorker, I would love to think that New York is the entire country, but it is not. It is not. And consideration is being given to permitting non-citizens to vote in New York, and I believe in the capital city of Vermont. I forget which that is. But as much as I'd like to believe it, New York and Vermont are not the entire country.
But, Mr. Chairman, that's the whole point. This is what's going on, folks, at home. If you're trying to figure this out, if you're scratching your heads, you're seeing the video, you see droves of people, 2.4 million people coming over the border illegally, the president allowing, the Democrats in charge of Congress are allowing it. The deal is they're going to turn them into voters. You just heard it. They don't have any problem with that. They celebrate it. Here's the deal. We have a problem with it. The Constitution has a problem with it. American elections should be decided by American citizens. That's it. That's what this is about. That's why we're jumping up and down and screaming, my friends on the video who are commenting about this. That's why we're so upset, because our constituents are frightened that we are losing our country. We're losing our security, we're losing our sovereignty, because we're going to allow people from 160 different countries around the world to come in here and decide our elections. That's it. Here it is on record. You all heard it.
Yeah, so you guys see that. Could it be, can these people really have such little clue? Can they really be that dim? It's honestly, I find it hard to believe that Jerry Nadler would ever try to go toe-to-toe with somebody like Mike Johnson. The man, it's just an incredibly reasonable point, just a common sense statement. It's not partisan, it's not political. The guy has a great point. American elections should be decided by American citizens. How could that possibly be considered controversial? There's going to be people that see this video and think that it's racist or something like that, thinks it's xenophobic. You're wrong. It has nothing to do with that. It is just constitutional. It is just common sense. And here's the thing, guys, immigration is such a broken part of our government, such a complicated mess, man, that both sides, man, if you can even say that there's only two sides here, right? But say there's two sides. They get so dug in on their own disingenuous argument. One side saying essentially no one coming wishes to do any wrong, and the other side saying that everyone coming is a danger. Neither of those things are true. Trump actually said it best in his speech that really did set the bar and really set the tone for how his words were going to be twisted and going to be manipulated. He said, some I assume are good people. And he's right. But here's the thing, none of that matters. None of that matters. Whether you're here for the good or whether you think it's bad, it doesn't matter. You're not here to decide elections. This is one of the many, many great benefits that comes from actually doing the work, assimilating to the degree that you can, and actually becoming a citizen of the United States. But the Democrats, they don't care about the system. They really don't care about these people. They do not care about these people. All they care about is facilitating their own power. And it's the only possible explanation. And honestly, I feel so bad for the people that really do believe that their position is the humanitarian one. Guys, it's not. I feel really bad for the people who believe that they're voting for the people that believe that they're the ones solving the problems here for all these people from all these countries that they're coming from. Guys, if you just look into what happens in our deserts, this is not the humanitarian policy. You guys are being fooled. You could never, ever allow enough people into this country to solve even one problem for any of those countries. And the simplest explanation is that they are allowing immigrants to overrun communities simply for votes and simply for power, not for any humanitarian desire. And sadly, guys, the people who are getting hurt the most, besides the migrants that are dying on their way and, getting assigned to basically modern day slave labor once they get here, aside from them, the people getting hurt the most, getting hurt the quickest, are a lot of our minority communities, man. Another people that by and large have been fooled by Democrats and been abused by Democrats. They're the ones who are seeing the safety net programs that many of their communities depend on just completely and totally evaporate. Places like Chicago, places like New York, these people are struggling and they're no longer getting the help that they need. And it's almost as if the Democrats no longer care about helping them, no longer even care about their votes. They feel like, they're probably right to feel like they're being replaced. And it looks like, this is exactly what their goal is throughout this entire, whatever you want to call this, border catastrophe. Jerry Nadler said that New York is just New York. It's not the country. Well, he knows better than that. I hope he knows better than that. At least I think he should know better than that, because it's always been the case that as our big population centers go, so go the rest of us. It's just a matter of time. But anyway, guys, that's just my take. I'm rambling a little bit. Let me know your take in the comments. And if you haven't already, guys, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Most importantly, share the channel. We'll see you in the next one.